Did you know that what it takes to slam someone down to the floor? For real? Yeah. Stay tuned with my speech and I will let you know. Dear Toastmaster of the day and my fellow Gavanians. Let me start my speech with the sweetest memory in my lifetime. This was the beginning of my university life, where we had the orientation programs. This was the day of sports orientation. The KG hall was a one messy place. All the captains and vice captains running around to find the best people to fill in their teams. I was sat on a chair and I was looking what's happening everywhere. Then a guy walked near me and wait, and he took a look at me. Bro, do you want to join the wrestling team? Me, I was petrified. I was just took a moment and said, I never have done wrestling in my life. Then that Aya talked to me. Mal, it's okay. Let me introduce myself. And he introduced himself and give a little brief introduction about this wrestling sport. At the end of his introduction, he told me, you can come to the practice few weeks, and if it does not fit you, you can stop practices. I thought, why not give it a try? Yeah. So I want to give it a try. This was a Wednesday, and I was going to do my first practice session. I was looking for the place where the wrestling practices held. And when I was walking, I saw a 6 feet tall guy. Looks like that he does wrestling. So I went to him and asked him, bro, where do we have wrestling practice? He told me, bro, you can join me. I'm also going there. Great. So we were walking. And first I asked him which faculty he is. So he told me, I'm from science faculty. Wow, great. So now I have a friend who does wrestling from the science faculty. Then I asked his name. Guys, do you have any guess? He told, he's Arnold. So this is the moment I met this sweet guy. So the time flew by. This was the end of June 2019, exactly 2 years ago. I was going to practices as usual, and I never thought that this Wednesday is going to different from the others. I was practicing as usual, but suddenly I faced a fatal accident. I got my left ankle dislocated. I hold it and I lay down on the mattress on the spot. I couldn't bear the pain. Thanks to my friends, I was in the National Hospital in no time. In National Hospital, they took some x-rays and doctors took some time to examine the x-rays. And I have to tell that this is my first ambulance ride. This was my first ambulance ride. So after they examined the x-rays, they relocated my ankle. After that, they told me, son, you might have to wait tonight. You might have to wait in the hospital tonight because there is a fracture in your bone and we have to do a surgery for that. This was the first time in my life I'm going to face a surgery, and this is the first time I'm going to stay in a hospital alone. I was frightened. In the next day, they did the operation and it was very successful. I thank them for that, for even today. In the beginning of July means it's the first semester exams of Faculty of Science. So I had to face the consequences of this incident. I had to face my exam and I got really bad results. I hit the rock bottom in my life. Why? Because I never had gotten bad results in my life. So I was broken. The sad inside me, the pain inside me, I couldn't bear it. So we know that when we are broken, when we are alone, when we feel the sadness, we never get to feel that we are special. I was alone and I was regretting myself. But we know that as in the coin, in life, there are two sides, the good and the bad. So I remember one thing that my coach said repeatedly. If you want to slam someone down to the floor, you must have to have the strength to take a slam yourself. So I implied this to my life because I have already hit the rock bottom. So I have the strength to create my life back. Because when you hit the rock bottom, the only way is going up. So the moment I realized this, I start changing my life. So today I stand before you as a totally different person and a very successful guy. In your life, you might feel sadness. You might get bad results. You might get heartbreak. And over the top of everything, you might hit the sweet rock bottom. But in that sweet rock bottom, you will find the change of your life that will bring you to the success. Over to you.